My dad's been really good about talking to me about finances and how to handle my money and how to put it in certain areas to make sure that I'm planning for the future. So my dad has been a great help in teaching me a lot of that. Taking care of my own personal budget while I was living on my own at college, that was a great help. And a few more classes, I suppose, that I've taken at college have been helpful too.
I don't really have any strong financial background or any educational background in finances. I have been financially independent since I was in high school, fairly so. And so I kind of had to implement some basic principles about saving money, being careful with what I spend, and then just learn as I go and, try and talk to people and not make any rash decisions with my money.
So I don't anticipate having Social Security or anything in the future right now. As far as the government works and taking out money, I don't really anticipate having a lot. So
I heard my parents talk about how they're the generation that's not going to retire. So I feel like for my generation, that means that it's not really something that we can rely on. I think it could be a good program if it was used responsibly, but it doesn't sound like it is. It sounds like there's not enough going into it and there's too much coming out. I do have a savings account right now that I put a small amount into every month, and I'm hoping to be able to continue with that. And then just down the road, it's something that I'll look for more consistently in jobs and future opportunities for, a company pension, just because Social Security isn't reliable.
It's something I haven't really considered. I don't really think I've looked at that at all. I'm more concerned about my parents having enough money to retire, so.
It's scary because the amount of money that I'm putting in right now, the amount of money that I'm trying to save might be worth something now, but in the future it's not going to be quite as much. And so it's hard to really plan on what I'm going to need to be able to rely on, just because things are, costs are going to keep increasing, and hopefully that means pay will keep increasing too. But just the amount of money that's going into Social Security right now, that's, that lump sum isn't going to be worth what it is today later. I think it's important to help people who are in need, but ultimately I think individuals should be responsible with their own money. I think that a big problem that we have right now in government is that government looks at the wealth in the nation as their money rather than as the money of the people. And I think that we need to look at the resources that we have as things that belong to the nation as a whole. I think that's something that would help people see that that we need to be careful in how funds are distributed and how just how money is managed.
I think things are drastically going to change by the time it comes to us to retire and to have to provide for our own lifestyle, especially if there's not the government funding to help us. So